Heyo everybody, Haku here, and I missed reviewing One Piece, the anime, at least last week, so we're going to do a double review. Got episodes 791, 792. I actually thought they were both great. I saw a few negative comments on the episodes, but I don't know, I think you're always going to have some negative comments, but most of the stuff that I saw from other YouTubers and people that I follow that watch it, most of the people whose opinions I really trust and stuff, they were saying beforehand, before I watched it, that they thought it was good. Some liked it more than others. But I really thought that One Piece did pretty well. I think that, in my opinion, maybe 791 was a little bit better than 792, but both pretty great. I guess I'll talk about them each part by part, give them a score and stuff, like usual. So let's start talking about 791. First off, the recap. The recap I thought was pretty long. Not super long, but it was up to maybe the 6-minute mark or something, so it was a little bit long. Then we see the shark submerges back, Brook and Pedro are going off in that, and I like the small little added interactions that aren't in the manga or anything, that just flesh out the story, flesh out the characters and stuff, and make everything feel more just real and fluid. And one in particular from the beginning that I caught that I liked was like when Carrot gets scared of Brook, and Brook's like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I always scare you." Just the little interactions like that add a lot to the characters. It makes the characters feel a lot more realistic, and it seems stupid to just say some little throwaway line like that is important, but imagine not having that and then moving into the next scene. It just makes everything feel so robotic and just business. We need this scene, then we need this scene, and it just feels constrained. But just throwing in little stuff like that makes it feel more real, makes you really forget a bit about the plot and just enjoy what's going on. Also, I love how Frankie's voice is the shark submerge alerts and all. We cut away from Brook and Pedro and don't see them again. So we see Luffy and Chopper climbing to the top to see if they can, climbing to the top of that cape to see if they can see where Sanji went. They see him run into a forest. So they all go in there, and I like how they portrayed Nami's suspicions first entering the forest, where everybody else is doing their own thing because of sweets or whatever. And we're seeing how Nami's sort of noticing, some stuff doesn't make sense, some stuff is a little off. And just her suspicions and stuff, I like how they portrayed it. Carrot is just too adorable throughout all of this. We have the gator eating the bridge scene, which was actually quite good. I really like the way they did that scene. Then we have a funny moment where the gator's like, "Oh, humans," and just walks away, and Luffy gets angry. He's like, "What do you think we were?" And Nami's like, and then going after that, Nami's another funny moment when she's like, "Luffy, this is very, very strange. There was a talking crocodile here," and Luffy's like, "You think that's strange? Just look at us." And then I love the way they have him say that, and then there's just Chopper and Carrot in the background. That was great. That was a really good comedy scene. So then a second Luffy appears. I love how they did the voice as well, because I feel like whenever there's this, clone of a main character plot line that's been done a million times, of course, it's always like one of them will say something, then the clone or whatever will have a retort, then back to the original one responding to that, and they'll go back and forth. But this felt a lot cooler, and it made it feel a little bit unique that they're saying the same thing at the same time and moving, like it's like there's a mirror in the middle of that area, and Luffy and the clone Luffy are just absolutely, their voices, their movements, everything it's not even on a delay, it's completely mirrored, which I think makes it feel a lot more unique than how you usually see that handled. We see 4-Kid Sanji up in a tree then with his lollipop. Chopper and Carrot go after him. Luffy tells Nami to go as well, and he'll just be trapped fighting the mirror, and that's where we ended, is he's trapped fighting what's essentially a mirror because he can't move past it. He'll just bump into it face first if he tried to walk through it. It's completely mirroring him, which I think is just really, really cool. I love the added detail they had in this episode as well, and the way it felt like an adventure. It felt very Skypiea-ish, or very just little garden, maybe a little bit. Just a lot of the arcs where we have this adventure feeling, and I really like the way they did that. I thought the background scenery and the animation were actually both really good. They were up this episode from average for One Piece, so that was definitely a good sign. And the characters I thought were portrayed really, really well. I love how they handled the characters here. The way they handled Nami being suspicious of stuff, Luffy being his goofy, fun-loving self, but not being stupid. And that's the thing. I like that about Luffy. Luffy is goofy and fun-loving, but he's not stupid. So I liked that. The way Carrot was cute and went along with everything. I thought that all the characters were handled really well. So yeah, as an episode, I really, really enjoyed this one, so much so that I want to give it 9 Mirror Luffys out of 10, so I would give that one 9 out of 10. Let's talk about 792 for a little bit. So 792, I heard even better things. I said at the beginning I don't think it was quite as good as 791, but I thought it was good as well. And most of the stuff, I think the story was as good, if not better, but it's the production quality that wasn't at as high a level. Like the animation and such wasn't as good. There were a lot of still frames. I'm not even going to be super hard on the still frames because I just watched Attack on Titan, which everybody's freaking out about, and it had more still frames than this. But yeah, I actually didn't think it was that bad. Not as good as 791 on the production side though. The recap was alright. It wasn't as long as 791, I don't believe. But the thing is, it was a recap where it wasn't that long, but it wasn't a very good recap. Where some recaps we have like this good OST playing, and it's almost like, I don't want to say like an AMV because it's not a good description, but it's almost like the first episode summarized with this music, and it's really good actually sometimes. Where even if it's long and even if it's like, okay, move into the actual episode, it's a pretty good recap sequence. This wasn't that long, but it was just not a very good recap sequence. Then we see the Nami Carrot Chopper group meet this gigantic guy that's buried up to his neck with his hand sticking out. Chopper was very funny here, where he's worried about him, and the guy's like, no, I just like being buried, and then Chopper gets all pissed off he's pissed off at him for the rest of the episode. But the big giant guy wants juice. Just gonna leave that there, because it may or may not be important for you anime-only watchers. Then we see these living trees are sliced by a rabbit that comes attacking the trio of Straw Hats there. The forest starts to sketch them all out after they escape from the rabbit. Then we get a musical number that was actually quite good. I really liked it. I saw a lot of people saying they enjoyed it, and I enjoyed they put that in there as well. Carrot makes the distinction that the one attacking them isn't a mink, and I like that. Not only that Carrot notices these things, but it makes you wonder, okay, what's the deal with him? Is it a person with a rabbit devil fruit? And it brings up that question. Then the musical number actually drops Brulee's name. We get the Brulee name drop already. We get the box explaining that this guy is Randolph of the Big Mom Pirates. And I like as well when Carrot goes in and fights him a bit, how she says why she said he wasn't a mink before. She attacks, and he doesn't try to counter or use Electro, and she's like, he can't use Electro, so he isn't a mink. So again, I like the way that she was able to determine that through combat, and just Carrot's character I just like so much, and I liked her a lot in the manga, but the anime is making me like her so much more, to the point where I really do want to see her become a Straw Hat, just because I really enjoy the character a lot. So then we see Sanji at Germa, and he's actually having some flashbacks, and we get Sanji versus Yonji. Now this isn't spoilers. I'm going to throw this out there because I saw at least one comment saying I just looked and watched the Sanji stuff and then left. The Sanji stuff is the one thing that I'm pretty sure was filler. Now it was good. I'm glad it was added in there. I love good in-canon filler like this, throwing in scenes like that. But I may be wrong, but I'm pretty certain in the manga, at the part we're getting to next episode, Yonji, in the manga, it's just, we see Yonji, and Yonji says that he and Sanji got into a fight, but the fight is never shown, it all happened off screen, so we got to see them argue and start to go in and attack each other here, so we actually got to see a bit of it here, which I like. I like that they threw that in instead of just having it happen off screen. Then we have the giant guy gets hit by the attack from Randolph as the trio of Straw Hats is running away. They end up back at Luffy, who is still fighting, and there's it was weird where he was trying to say that's not the real me and the hands covered his face and everything. That was a weird sequence. It wasn't really clear what was happening. It just seemed kind of weird and random in a way. Like, I get what happened. It was like he was saying that's not the real me, and one of the fake ones, or the fake one, grabbed over his mouth or whatever. But it looked like the one running with them was saying it. Oh, no, now it makes sense. They were running back and forth, and the one running the wrong way, because of however this mirror works, was saying that's not the real me, so that means the mirror him had to say it too, and the mirror him took control of itself and covered its mouth. So, okay, that makes more sense now. So they run into the giant guy again, keep doing that, and I love the way after they keep doing that at the end, when they start realizing what's going on with the forest, how there is just this great creepy feel. I think they built that up really well. I mean, it's not super scary like a horror or anything, but it was well done. They find out that it's called the Seducing Woods, and I love the voice actress choice for Brule. Brule's voice actually sounds really, really good. I thought the ending in general was really, really good. I liked it. So, yeah. Some thoughts on it. I did love the ending. I think the animation and the production quality was a little bit down from 791, but it was still good. I thought the musical number and the music in general was good. Then next week from the promo, it looks like we're going to be having Sanji fight his father. So not only are we going to get to meet Sanji's father, but he's going to fight him as well. And that's going to be a good thing to watch next week. So either way, I'm giving this a really good score again, because I thought it was a really good episode. I was expecting it to be better than 791, but to me, I'm going to edge it just a little bit below 791 by giving it a 8.5 8.5 facial scars out of 10. So yeah, the 791 9 out of 10 and 792 8.5 out of 10. I thought they were both really good. I really enjoyed One Piece this week. I thought the anime did a really good job. And I have been negative on it a lot, so it's really nice to be able to say that they did a good job on these episodes. So, yeah, that is it for this week's double review. Like, if you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of these two episodes, what you thought of my thoughts on them and all. Or subscribe for more One Piece, both anime and manga. Manga's in a very good place as well right now. Follow on Twitter if you want to try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That is it, so thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.